Today we have Cami, mindful cocktail creator and founder of La Maison Wellness, coming in to show us 3 mindful cocktails that are incredibly good for you. They don't have any alcohol and they are wonderful additions to a healthful diet. That's so good. They're low sugar, they're packed full of flavor, and you can pair these with different meals throughout the day. We've got a brunch cocktail, something for later on, and something to enjoy when you're in that holiday vibe. You're gonna love this episode. Doctor's Kitchen. Recipes, health, lifestyle.
This is the gut-loving mimosa. All
I
right.
like the sound of this. What am I doing?
In the blender,
Yeah.
we're gonna put 1 lemon, 1 orange, 1 carrot.
Juice, just the juice?
Yeah, we're gonna basically make a wellness shot.
Okay.
And then we'll top it up with kombucha. This is a perfect cocktail for brunch.
Oh, you put the whole thing in?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just wanted the juice.
Yeah. We're gonna do 1 orange,
Uh-huh.
depending on how gingery you like things. This much.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna wake
This
you
is-
up.
This much.
And then this bit?
A little bit off to make it a touch less spicy.
Again, contains a lot of more of those ginger rolls, give that sort of flavor. So we're gonna use the whole orange.
Whole
Right.
orange goes in. So basically that's like the ingredients for like your wellness shot. Then we'll put 1 cup of water and then we'll add some raw honey, some turmeric, pinch of black pepper to make the turmeric more bioavailable, and then a drizzle of olive oil for the
Gosh.
flavor, but also to help with like the absorption of the turmeric.
Wow, okay, this is
Yeah.
really
And-
healthy already. Is this enough water?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll just put
And then we're gonna do
raw honey,
healthy like big spoon.
big spoon.
Is good. I like to use what I call gentler or like softer
Yeah.
sweetener in my cocktail. So I would tend to use like raw honey, maple syrup, monk fruit, like things that like are just easier for the body to process.
Yeah. This turmeric, half a teaspoon, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is good quality turmeric as well. And then pinch of black pepper.
Pinch of black pepper, little drizzle of like olive oil. So you blend it up.
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna find.
Sorry, you were
and then-
talking.
Sorry, go for it. We talk after.
All right.
Perfect. And so we're saying like, you know, we're using the skin of like the carrot, like all the good stuff that are in the ingredients. But what you want is like, you don't want to have the bits. I mean, I don't know if you like with the bits. So you want to fine strain it. So you see that like it's filtering through. And then what you do is you use a spoon and you go like this. It's faster, there you go. So you start kind of like stirring it. And the process will take a little bit of time, but that's what it takes to make delicious cocktails.
Yeah, no, that's all good. I mean, you could do this ahead of time.
Batch it and you have that in your fridge, and then you can just kind of like make your cocktail on the go.
This is so great.
It smells amazing, right?
Yeah, it smells absolutely delicious. This is great. Oh, on its own.
The only reason why I don't want the pulp in the cocktail is because I feel like bits is not really nice when you drink it.
No, totally, yeah.
But there's 100% million things that you can make with that.
That could be a strawberry.
And then you want to put ice all the way to the top.
Okay, great. All right.
Perfect.
So this is pretty much done.
I think the color is glorious.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You look at this and you're like, this is good for me. This is
Yeah,
gonna do good to me. So I will say like a third should be your beautiful wellness shot, and then we're gonna
what
top
is
it
this?
up. So again, you've got an option. Like if you wanted to use a non-alcoholic sparkling wine, you can. If you wanted to use, you know, whatever works for you, you can use like prosecco or something like this. I'm actually using sparkling tea, so I'm using a kombucha, and I'm using one that I'm really like. I love this brand. They use the best quality of tea, and they also don't add any like, you know, sometimes kombucha they just dump a lot of like fruit juice into it, and it becomes a sugar bomb. But also some kombucha are like very vinegary, when this is like feels really refined. So I think for me a big part of like the ritual is also the glass. And as soon as like you put a refined sparkling tea like this or a refined kombucha into a wine glass, it's just become a whole new experience. And this for me is like an amazing alternative to wine.
That's so good.
It's so good, right?
That's
It's one of
so
my
good.
favorite.
That is really good.
I'm using this in this cocktail, but you could use sparkling wine, you could use prosecco.
This is really gut loving.
It is very good loving. Look at this, and
love
look at this
it.
cocktail. When you want to dive into this,
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh, there's a
this is-
garnish as well.
There
Look
is
at
a
the
garnish. Like a nice little strip on the top.
See, I wouldn't even guess how to do that. Come on, because I wouldn't have done. I would have just done like that.
You could also like roll it all the way, so it's like a carrot rose, you know, something like. And you kind of like put it on the top like this, you know. It's
Oh,
like
in between one of the
embroidered.
ice cubes. Okay, let
Yeah.
me try that. I'm gonna try that.
Put
Just
it
wrap
like
it around my
on the
little
top
finger.
here. There you
Yeah,
go.
there we
Beautiful.
go.
What you drink at what time of the day, and so you know, brunch cocktail, afternoon cocktail. And if you look at my website, actually, that's still how I organize cocktails. Like this for me is like the perfect brunch cocktail.
Beautiful.
That's what you want to have.
Let's try this. Cheers. Thank you, Cami.
Yes.
Gosh, that's good. That is so good. That is so good. This is like a celebratory brunch moment.
So the next one is your like afternoon pick-me-up. You ready for that? And
Okay.
that one you're actually gonna shake a cocktail with me.
Yes.
This is a shaker, and we're gonna make the cocktail in the smaller part of the shaker.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with one of my favorite products, Martini Vibrante.
I do. You introduced me to that. That is a wonderful, wonderful
This is
product.
like your classic Italian bittersweet aperitif. You get bergamot, citrus, orange, like a very good balance of like the bright citrus note, beautiful bitterness. Just this is your alternative to a Campari, to something like this. Even though in this cocktail, I kind of like measure looking at it because I know how the ingredients work. I know that like I didn't want to put too much kombucha and too little. For cocktail, I recommend measuring because the same way that like when you cook, you kind of want to like follow sort of a ratio and measuring a little bit is important also because when you make something delicious, you kind of want to be able to make it again. So 50 ml of Martini Vibrante. So you're gonna do the same. This is your jigger.
All right. What is this called, a jigger?
So this is called a jigger. This is to measure. So normally you will want to go all the way to the top, but you kind of want to go a little just like this.
Just there. Okay, fine.
Over that line, but yeah. And you want to hold it straight, a bit higher, a bit higher, a bit more.
Higher.
And you want to hold it straight because obviously, there you go, you got it, perfect.
Yeah.
And then you pour.
And just pour it straight in.
There you go.
Okay.
Hey, that was perfect. Okay, next we're gonna use coffee. That's where you can use, if you have a coffee machine at home, you can make like an espresso, you wanna let it cool down a little bit. You could use filter coffee, but it will be a bit too watered down and it won't be as punchy. You kind of want something that like really brings the flavor into it. You can use cold brew.
Okay.
We're actually using this brand from Solo. It's a brand from London. Again, we're gonna do the same, 50 ml. And actually this cocktail was inspired by the way that they drink coffee in Portugal.
Okay.
So we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice. Portugal, they add lemon juice in the way that they drink coffee.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's what we're doing here. This is in flip it and use the smaller side.
Okay, yeah.
And you're gonna go kind of between those two lines here.
Okay. Okay,
So
in it
have
goes?
a party.
Yeah.
So it goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So my recommendation here is to add just a little bit of maple syrup.
Okay.
Not so much to sweeten it, but also to add a little layer of complexity in terms of flavor and a mouthfeel.
Like a drop?
So you can do a drop, you can do a spoon. And then again, it's like, maybe for you, that's enough. Maybe for someone who has a little like, you know, sweeter taste, you kind of want a bit more.
Okay.
And then one thing that I say is like, when you make cocktail at home, you always want to taste your cocktail before shaking it. Because when you shook it, then it's done.
I go, just try this, am I?
Try, isn't it so good?
It is, it tastes great. Like, it's so complex, lemony. There's a slight sweetness. It's
just
something
that,
I've never tried this before. This is.
And it's like this, the citrus that comes at the back, that like bitterness, like it just works so well together.
Yeah.
You want to put like a decent amount of ice into your shaker, and that's not even it. I will say 3/4 of your tin.
Okay, yeah.
Again, it's to really control the dilution, and so you're not over diluting your cocktail. I know this cold brew and this coffee, and I know that if we shake it really hard, we would have this beautiful foamy head on the top. But if you're having like an espresso from your house or even like a filter coffee, you kind of want to do something that's called reverse shaking, which is you shake with your ice, then you dump the ice, and then you shake again. So you bring this aeration in the cocktail, and you bring that foaminess.
Okay.
So let's see how we do.
All right. So.
Okay, so you put it in, and then you're sort of gonna close the shaker in an angle. So see how I'm like putting it to the side and putting it in. And then you want to seal it. So you want to hit the top. Yeah, that was a pretty, he's scared for his t-shirt. Always the small part to the top, because if the shaker explodes, it will go over my shoulder instead of to you. And you shake to the side. You want to hit the bottom and the top quite hard. And so you're hitting hard. So there's different techniques. So people go there, I go here. There you go. And then when it's all crusty like this, that it's ready.
Okay, yeah.
So then imagine this is a clock. So when you look in there, you want to hit to the side. So you use the heel of your hand and you're going to hit the shaker and then move it to the side. And then you can see it's beautiful and all fluffy in there. And then you want to move the top. So you hit it and then you move the top. See how it's coming out? Yeah. There you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so good.
Look at this.
It's so foamy. Look at that.
So foamy. But you kind of want to push down so you you just don't have that much of the very thin ice that's come out.
Okay.
There you go. And then you want to shake like this so you get the nice head. And then we can top it up with tonic water.
Okay.
Tonic water, I feel like it's a whole world.
Yeah.
Some of them are great, some of them are just packed with artificial flavor and loaded with sugar. I really like using this brand because it's called Refreshingly Light of Fever Tree. They use all natural ingredients and they reduce the amount of sugar that goes into their tonic water, but they're still using sugar.
I much prefer that.
And I prefer that. That's something that is loaded with like aspartame or something that's like small amount of sugar, again in moderation, is better than loaded artificial. So we're just gonna top it up like this and you can see
look
like
that.
this.
It's like a Guinness.
Yeah, it really is like a Guinness.
You have to catch that. That's so cool.
And then you're just gonna do the same in yours.
Yeah, just in the middle?
Yeah, you can go in a minute. Look at that. Perfect.
That's wicked.
Look at this cup. There you go. The people could think we're having a Guinness.
That's amazing.
And then for this, you could have it just like this. But I feel like the garnish makes it so much more yummy and indulgent and really feels like a treat. So I grate some dark chocolate on the top of it.
Yeah, we've got dark chocolate over there.
So how dark you need to go for the chocolate? Well, you tell me.
Dark as you can. I mean, this is 70%, but it'll do. It'll do for now. So do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you just go on the top of it. If you want, have like a smell of this on the nose and then smell the other one and you will see the difference.
Oh, yeah.
See how like it just makes like, it just add a layer of like flavor and it just marries so well together. There you go.
Gosh, that's good. Wow, that is so complex. That is so good. This is like a real sophisticated cocktail. Low sugar, health benefit. That is really good.
I know, I knew you would like that one.
I'm surprised at how good this is. Cocktail number 3.
Cocktail number 3, we're making a Spritz. I mean, everyone loves a Spritz.
I love a Spritz.
This is more of an aperitif. Again, to be fair, because we're using Martini, the other one had a bit of like that bittersweet element. But for an aperitif, you want something that's like refreshing, that kind of like bring your palate back to life, that has an element of like bitterness to help you salivate a bit more, which will stimulate your appetite and get you ready for your dinner. So we're going to be using this beautiful bittersweet aperitif called Everleaf. A big fan of Everleaf. They're using loads of different ingredients, but some of them are like gentian and saffron and citrus. I mean, just even like, have a little taste. It's stunning. And it has like a lot of complexity. This is so much more complex. And in order to make sophisticated, delicious alcohol-free cocktail, you need an alcohol-free base. Like if you're mixing juices, it's just a soft drink.
This is so good, even on its own, you know? And it doesn't have that much sugar in it, it's about 12%.
So we're gonna make a Spritz. I will recommend making a Spritz in a wine glass, like a bigger wine glass. So I think the one that we have probably a touch small for to be able to put all the ingredients. So we're gonna go with this, which is also perfect. So we will do 1 measure of our beautiful Everleaf. Good combo.
All right.
We're gonna ice it.
Getting ice is very important.
Very important. I always say ice is actually an ingredient. And then we're going to be using kombucha, but today we're going to be using momo, the turmeric. It has like pineapple. It's just going to blend so nicely in this cocktail as well.
It's got low sugar. It's 2.9%. So
I will say we're going to do half and half. Kombucha and tonic
I'm going to watch
water.
you do it first because I'm going to mess it up.
So you're going to pour. Sort of here, and then we're just going to top it up with the tonic water. And then one important step is to stir. So you want to make sure that like the ingredients are well mixed together. There you go. And then we're going to garnish it with a lemon slice. And you can place it on the top.
Okay,
and kind of like have the thyme.
Beautiful.
Look at that.
Gosh, those touches, those little graces just give...
I think that makes, Yeah,
you know,
a big difference.
Yeah, it really does. You can't call this a mocktail. Like, this is it's a different category.
For me, the garnish is more than just to make it look beautiful. It's a big part of it, but like, it's also the first experience that you have of the glass. And as you know, we know that like we experience flavor so much with our smell, and so as you bring the glass to your nose, you have the time, you have the essential oil from the lemon. Like, it just works so nicely. Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh yeah.
Wow, that is something else. This is proper holiday vibes I'm getting. And that time, like, as you bring the glass to your nose, like, you really get just that hint of it.
For me, it's the very, very long finish. You know, that like bitterness that like linger and linger and linger and linger, and that is what makes it sophisticated and something that you're gonna sip slowly and enjoy, rather than like a soft drink. You can just down it.
Totally.
You know, there's like, this is what I call like the retainer. Like, you will sit and put it down and have a chat and grab some olives and keep talking and have another sip. Like, it's something that you want to slow down and enjoy.
Gosh, thank you so much, Cami. You can come back anytime. It's so good. Cheers. Cheers.
I know, it makes a huge difference.
This
I'm
is
like,
so
it's optional,
good.
but do it. That with like the cake.
Peak summer.